His top holdings include NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Alphabet. Bob Dahl, Crossmark Global CEO and CIO, joins us now. Bob, I guess that was sort of the overarching plan, is sort of the pain before gain. Question is really what the cost is up front. What do you think the economy is in for if these tariffs stay in place, and how you're navigating it as an investor?
Yeah, the pain gain comments are hope that the plan will come out that way, as you point out in your question. Who knows? We're taking some economic pain, and every day that goes by where we have these maximum pedal to the metal tariffs, the uncertainty level, the economic weakness. I mean, every time you turn around, there's some economists lowering economic growth expectation, raising inflation expectations. That's not a good combination. So I suspect this noise, this pain's not over as the economy begins to feel the effects of the big headlines around tariffs.
And the big question, one of them, obviously, has been just to what degree the equity market has itself front-loaded the impact. I mean, we obviously have some very historic conditions, oversold, washed out. You don't see this kind of stuff except when markets are under severe stress and are discounting something pretty scary. But is that enough?
Correct, Mike. That's the big question. Look, technically, you pointed out some, put call, the advanced decline volume. We've seen some attempts at a rally. We'll get another one at some point in time, but I think we'll have to retest, and then the question will move to the fundamentals. And the fundamental question is, how bad is the economy and therefore earnings damaged? My guess is we got a lot of estimate cuts in front of us, starting with the first quarter releases, and outlooks going forward are going to be either I have no idea, or they're going to be a little bit lower. So I don't think we're going right back up to new highs. I think we're going to fool around here. Let's hope we can stay in the 5 handle for the S&P 500. I fear we'll go back into the 4s, and of course, if we have a recession, we could go to 4,000.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's certainly on the outside of the probabilities historically. We've been talking all morning, Bob, about the bond market, and obviously, in the last little while, Treasuries haven't been doing their job in a mixed portfolio in terms of offsetting equity risk. What do you make of it? And I guess what are the knock-on effects?
Yeah, you guys have covered it well. Hedge funds, concern about deficits, foreigners not buying our paper, all those good things. Look, it's just in the world we grew up in, lower growth almost always meant lower interest rates. And while that's still true, there are a lot of other cross currents now that we have to worry about. Our view has been that the 10-year yield this year is going to oscillate between 4 and 5. When you get toward 4, which we were not that many hours ago, you got to let a little go, and you move back up over 4.5. You got to do some accumulating again. So we would use bonds as a trading range, not expecting a 3 handle or, God forbid, a 5 handle.
I think you were on with us a few days ago, Bob, after sort of post initial sell-off on the tariffs, and saying you were switching from names like Coca-Cola to NVIDIA, making moves like that because of the valuation, just like what's being discounted. Is that still your tactic here, or have things changed? And how's that working out?
Yes, it's working out reasonably well. That particular trade is a good example of the pair. I mean, NVIDIA's multiple's lower than Coca-Cola's. Looking at that, and if anybody does, a 3-year to 5-year time horizon, I think NVIDIA is going to be a better stock than Coke from those starting levels. Coke near an all-time high, NVIDIA a 40% decline. So still doing that, but I want to emphasize at the margin. Not trying to be a hero. I still own a bunch of Coke. And slowly increasing my NVIDIA position.
Yeah, certainly a lot of folks want to see semis come off the mat if this market rally, if the next one is going to have any real credence. Bob, good to talk to you. Thank you.
All the best.